How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the Positive Mindset Podcast, where we come together to raise our vibration, lift our perspective, and build that positive mindset. My name is Henry, and I'm so thankful to have each and every one of you here today because in this episode, we're going to dive into the frequency, the power of a positive mindset, and charge ourselves up so we can have an amazing day and see the world in a positive light so that we can receive it in that exact positive energy. But before we get started, we're going to take a few moments to slow down, zero in. We're going to take some deep, healing, meditative breaths to help us align with the frequency that we want in our lives. So pick a word, be love, joy, happiness, abundance, whatever frequency you want, and we're going to take a deep breath in, and as you're breathing in, you're going to say this word over and over and over again, really charge yourself up with that energy, and then as you're holding your breath, visualize yourself doing something in that frequency, and once you exhale, anything that no longer resonates with you will leave you and you'll be in a more positive state. So let's go ahead and take a deep breath in. And out. We're going to take another deep breath. This one's about alignment, about getting ourselves in receiving mode so that we can receive the message that we need to hear to get us in that positive perspective. So just imagine that you are surrounded by the most healing, uplifting energy that's meant specifically for you. It could have a certain color, a certain taste, a certain smell, however you imagine it. And when you breathe it in, it's going to charge you up. It's going to break down the negativity, the beliefs, the blocks, everything that's just been holding you back. Once you exhale, anything that no longer resonates with you will leave you and you'll be in a more positive state. So let's go ahead and take another deep breath in. And out. If there's something that you take, before we get started, if there's something that you enjoy or take away from this episode, if you're on YouTube or Spotify, you can actually leave a comment below. Not only does that help me know what resonated with you, but somebody else might read your comment and might inspire them to give this episode a listen. I want to make this the #1 mindset podcast in the world, and the best way to do that is together. So whether you leave a positive comment or share this with somebody, it means the absolute world to me, and I could never thank you enough. But let's dive into today's message. So charging yourself up, getting in that positive mindset. How do you do it? How do you experience life in that? Well, we're going to do an exercise today. We're going to charge ourselves up. We're going to set the intention of the frequency that we want to experience the world in. You can do this at any time. You have the power to shift at any time. The thing is, you have to let go. You have to let go of how you're currently feeling. You have to let go of the negative energies, even when they're deserved. You see, if somebody wrongs you, and then you have anger, or you have a low frequency feeling towards that person, even if it's deserved, that energy that you have towards that person is within you. It's weight that you are now carrying. If you want to charge yourself up, you have to be prepared to let things go, even if they're right. Even if the energy is deserved. Even if you would ask everybody that they would agree that, yes, that's bad that that thing happened. Yes, you should be mad about that. Yes, you should be sad about that. Yes, you should be upset about that. No matter how many people agree, no matter how right it is, you have to be able to let go. Once you're in the place to let go, and you may not be perfect at it first, of course it's going to take practice, then you can charge yourself up. You cannot lift yourself up if you're holding on to the ground. If you're holding on with all your might to the things that you identify with, if they do not create the frequency you desire, if they do not put you in the energy you desire, if you keep holding on to them, you're not going to be able to shift. But let's say you do let go. Today, we've let go. At this moment, we've let go. These things are not going to hold on to you for this moment. Now, how do you charge yourself up? Words matter. The thoughts in your mind matter. They represent the frequency that you're operating in. If somebody is miserable, if they're negative, if they're angry, if they're down in that low frequency, getting them to say positive things is next to impossible. They can't hardly say the words even if they didn't feel them. And if they did say the words, they'd feel so wrong in their mouth. They'd feel so empty, so opposite of truth. The same is true for somebody that's feeling good. When you're in that positive energy, when you're in that high vibe, it's really hard to talk about the negative. And when you get around negative people or negative conversations, you kind of shiver away. You don't want to be next to it because it feels so foreign and distant. So if that's true, then we have to recognize how to do that for ourselves. How can we use this thing to lift us? If the thoughts matter, because if you're feeling a certain way and you can't think a certain way because of it, the thoughts have to have weight. They have to mean something. They have to represent something. They can't just be empty. They can't just be words. They have to represent something. So if you want to charge yourself up with frequency. When you start saying, I am love and I live in love and light, I am joy, I am powerful, I am happy, I am uplifted, I am everything that's good about the world, I am a healer, I am a lover, I am a forgiver, I am joy, I am happiness, I am all of these things. When you start saying those again and again and again, that frequency is being poured within you. If you can override your default programming with those words, you will start to see the world in a different light. You see, the frequency that you're operating in lifts you up if it's a higher frequency or pulls you down if it's a lower frequency. So if you start putting those words into your mind, into your body, into your spirit, into your frequency, it levels you up. It's like filling a balloon up with helium. It's going to start leveling it up. As you start leveling up, your frequency changes. As your frequency changes, your perception changes. Your perception, how you perceive the world, is exactly how you receive it energetically. That's how you create a new experience, by leveling yourself up. So imagine if there was somebody, and all day in their mind it ran, I am great. I can do anything. I can accomplish anything. There's no task that's too hard. I see possibilities in everything. I see love in everything. Everything works out for me. Life is good. Life is joy. Life is happy. Imagine that person that has that message on repeat again and again. Don't think about the external circumstances. Don't start jumping to, well, they have an easier life, or they had better parents, or they had this or that. Just think about the frequency. If somebody has that unrelentingly playing in their mind, meaning it can't be stopped, no matter what happens to them, those thoughts resonate. How do you think that person feels on the inside? They feel good. If those are their genuine thoughts, they're not faking it. They're not putting it, and just saying it, but then doing the opposite. They're thinking and acting in alignment again and again and again. How do you think that person feels? Versus the person that thinks of the opposite of that. Everything is terrible. The economy's terrible. The government's terrible. This side is terrible. That side is terrible. These people are bad. Nothing good happens to me. Everybody's evil. This, that, and the other. Life isn't fair. How do you think that person's experience is? Don't worry about the external. For all we know, they have the same background, same parents, same location, all of it. The internal state, the internal dialogue matters. If you want to charge yourself up, take control of that dialogue that's floating through your mind. Those words represent frequency. They represent the energy that you are. They represent the energy that you experience. So if you want a positive life, if you want a positive internal state, you have to have positive dialogue going within you. That is the first and most influential step, the way you think. As you speak, you will receive. If you want to become a millionaire, you better be willing to tell the world that you're a millionaire. Because if you're not, it's not going to happen. I know people say make moves in silence and hustle in silence. And yes, there is something to just staying focused to your goal. But when you are absolutely every ounce of thing, being something, you receive it. Meaning you're acting in alignment, you're thinking in alignment, you're speaking in alignment, you're talking in alignment, you're having conversations in alignment, you're moving in alignment, you're seeing in alignment. When that starts becoming your reality, that's what you are. I am a millionaire and I receive millions of dollars a year. I am joy and I live in love and light. I am everything that I desire. Nothing is unattainable to me. I can be anything. I can create anything. I can love anything. I can receive anything. I am exactly as I was designed to be. I am powerful. I am joy. I am happiness. I am passionate. I am impossible to stop. You see, that's my dialogue. I am healthy. I am love. That's what's going through my mind at all times. So when I deal with something that's difficult, when I'm faced with a low frequency thing, it has to filter its way through me, not the other way around. Now, it doesn't mean I can't be broken. Sure, it happens. But then I get back on the saddle. I rebuild. Things happen. Things knock me down, but then you get back up because I know the state I'm working to be in. Overall, I'm working on that state. When difficult things happen, it's a gift because it allows me to strengthen that frequency. It allows me to strengthen my belief in knowing that I can get back to it no matter what. Control your thoughts, control your experience, control the world. That's how it works. Because the world is not as it is as you are. You can't actually control the world. You can control the energy and the experience that you have within it. The way you feel within it. That's the gift you have. That's the power you have. So use it and become the rising tide that lifts all ships. Thank you so much for listening. I hope this episode was impactful and gave you a different perspective on how you can see the world and how you can receive the world. If you want to make sure you don't miss a single episode, make sure you subscribe to my email list. There's a link down below. It will keep you up to date with every single episode. And if you want to follow me on social media, there's my Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook group all down below. So I appreciate all the follows there. And if you're ready to level up, if you're listening to this podcast and you want to join a group, you want to join a team that is working on these things, trying to expand in health, wealth, and happiness, you can reach out to me via Instagram. I have my group Freedom Fundamentals. We break down those 3 categories. We help people expand in real estate if that's what you want to do. Expand your mindset so you can level yourself up to become the person that can do what it is they desire. And of course, we add health in there so you can be the healthiest version of you if that's your goal. Well, thank you so much for listening. Have a great day, and I can't wait to talk to you next time.